Hi, I'm Chris Steyerwalt, and it's time for Power Play. Now, I don't want to say that being on Power Play will get you into Congress, but I will say this, that Debbie Dingell certainly was one of your favorite guests here on Power Play as a panelist, and it is now my great and good fortune to introduce you to her as Congresswoman Debbie Dingell from the great state of Michigan. She is a Democrat, and she is our welcome guest. Hi.
Hello, Chris. It's good to see you, and I missed being on Power Play for the whole time I was in the campaign, so I'm glad to be back.
I know we had a serious Debbie Dingell deficiency over here, but we're glad to be righting the ship now.
I'm back.
Okay, so you are just getting started. You're a freshman, and you're supposed to just be being quiet over there. But as it turns out, you have some opinions that you'd like to share with the president and other people who are pushing a free trade agenda that deals with, well, why don't you go ahead and explain your reservations about this trade deal?
Well, I come from Michigan, where we believe in fair trade. And the fact of the matter is that I do have concerns about fast-track legislation because there hasn't been any consultation with the Congress, which is part of the job that we're supposed to do. But on top of that, the word is, they haven't officially talked to us, that currency manipulation is not being included in the TPP agreement. Well, that's a problem. I mean, if you just take Japan, the fact of the matter is the yen, which is at $120 per yen, it resulted in $8,000 differential in a product being sold in this country. And that $8,000 is used to subsidize parts or advertising or reduce the cost. You know, I know these manufacturers. We can compete with anybody in the world, but you can't compete with the Bank of Japan or the government of Japan. So we've got to do something about it.
Now, is this more about selling U.S. products, particularly, let's say, cars, for the Congresswoman from Dearborn? Is it about selling U.S. products overseas or cheap products from overseas coming into the United States?
Well, it's all of that. I mean, you're competing in a global marketplace, and autos are the #1 export in this country. But you want to play and sell on a level playing field. You know, the Japanese market, China, by the way, is done. The currency manipulation there is as serious a problem. But Japan's market only is a totally closed auto market. 6% of its market is all other vehicles, European, Asian, and American in that market.
All right, so the question is, it looked for a while like what was going to happen was that the president and the administration, which seems to want this, though they don't use too loud a voice, was hoping that Republicans would take care of the freight on this and put it through. Now comes word from Mitch McConnell and the House leadership that if the president wants this done, he's going to have to bring some Democratic votes to the table. You say you haven't heard from them yet.
Oh, I didn't. I can't say that I haven't heard from them. I have to be honest, I might have heard that, but I know where I stand. You know, it's one of the things that I do know where I come from, and I've worked with the people of my district for a long time. I know what those issues are. This is a very critical issue to us, for the working men and women of the 12th district, so I know where I stand.
So they don't need to waste a lot of breath on you on this one, is what you're saying?
Well, if you include currency manipulation in TPP, it's a whole new ballgame. I just think it's got to be addressed.
Okay, now one of the things that you, as a spouse, as a person who got a lot of stuff done in Washington, that you did was always called for more bridges being built, more communication. Now tell me, give us the Debbie Dingell assessment for how things are in this new Congress. Are people talking to each other? Are people treating each other like human beings?
Well, it's only week 2.
Right, well, hey, that's why we're asking early.
Well, first of all, I would say that that's a message that in my class, the freshman class, Republicans and Democrats alike are saying that they heard from the people that elected them, that they're tired of the partisan bickering and fighting in Washington, and that they want to see people come together for solutions. I'm hearing it from a lot of the senior members, too, on both sides of the aisle. And I have a lot of friends, as you know, that are Republican and are talking about places that we can try to work together. I think the first 2 weeks on the floor, I would prefer to have seen a clean Homeland Security bill than put some of the contentious issues that were on that today. We're going to have to see how this all plays out.
All right, well, Debbie Dingell, if she cannot get them together, she's going to knock their heads together, and we'll be cheering you on. Thank you so much for making time for us, and congratulations.
Thanks. It's good to be back.
All right. And you, Internet, thanks for making time for us, too, and we'll see you back here with another installment of Power Play real soon.